Michelle, I wanted to talk about how you've been on tour with Pitbull. Has he
Yes.
reacted to your amazing race journey at all?
I actually haven't seen him, but he was definitely proud I know that he was proud that I was going on the race and doing something that I love as well. So I know he's cheering me on from far.
Yeah, we get a lot of motivation from Pitbull, man. If you go to one of his concerts, he's so much fun and motivational.
Yes.
Yeah, that was our mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. Michelle, this is a moment that I noticed and I've been really waiting to talk to you about it.
Okay.
So we're here, we're doing our sculpture. Dom's freaking out a little bit. She's asking everyone if they were creating the Michelangelo sculpture, and you said, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. And she was considering to take a penalty after that. Can you talk about that moment?
I actually do not remember saying that. So it's so funny looking
Yeah.
back on it because in my head, she came in later. So I was like, when I only saw Marcus and Molly's, and I knew that it had to be under. It was too perfect.
Yes.
So the moment I said yes, I seriously didn't do it to be evil or anything. But I was surprised that she didn't
I mean, she
realize.
asked, you have to create that? You didn't lie. Like, yeah,
I mean,
you have to create it.
yeah.
Somehow, create it by destroying it.
Yeah. I think you came in pretty like, I think if anyone had a fresh mind, they'll be like, oh, of course, none of these people are capable of this. While everyone else is like already frazzled and is like, what is going on? I don't understand these
Yes.
instructions. I will say you're the only one that were like, you guys aren't good at this. Like I know you didn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, did it were you hearing Dom's like kind of spiral after that moment, or were you just so focused on your own?
I saw her panicking, but I was focused on my own. And I was actually having a good time. There was a moment where La Mumba was kind of singing and was singing with him and we were chanting. Lewis was the one that really got to see that moment because they were waiting on the side. So.
Yeah. She was down for, I want to say, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and Rich, shout out to him. He was just so positive, motivational towards her. It was great how because you can't help in a roadblock. So he was just like, look, just chisel away for 15 minutes.
I love it.
That's all I'm asking you.
Sculpture for
Yes.
sculpture for
Yeah, and just pretend you're a sculpture. You sculpt this, sculpture,
sculptor.
Yeah.
sculptist. And just pretend and go. And he was great. He was motivational, and I saw that in person. It was really cool.
Yeah, I loved everything that he was saying to her. I will say probably that also was like kind of the tone of how you guys were a different team than everyone else, because I feel like while other teams were like freaking out at some of the challenges, you guys were like, I love this. Like I think Michelle, you said I love heights. Did you say that at some point?
I
I'm like,
do.
who loves heights? You guys
Coming
feel
into the
like-
race, I told him, I'm sorry if you want to do a heights thing. It's not happening. I'll take you after the race and you could do it. I want to do everything that has to do with heights on the race.
Yeah. It's crazy how she's the only person that's there singing on a tightrope while she's going across. That was crazy. Crazy. My wife is wild. I love her.
And just in general in life, we really like to be positive and happy, and we like to have a good time. Whenever we're anywhere, we want everybody dancing with us and enjoying themselves.
That's why we threw a finale party.
Yeah.
You know how to party. And yeah, that's how we are. Some people, on the socials are like, Lewis is fake. He's doing this for the camera. There's no way that's genuine. No, this is how I really am. And I see that as a compliment because you think I'm so positive, that I'm fake, like you're saying that this cannot be real, how positive and happy you are. That's me.
Yeah.
I love life. I love being with this woman. I'm on my favorite TV show. I'm living life right now.
Yeah.
Life is great. And that's how I am.
Yeah. Lewis is positive and so energetic all day. And it's funny because whenever he's a little quiet, everybody's wondering, why aren't you being loud? Why aren't you being yourself? Like, what's wrong? And it's funny because they laugh. They say that he's annoying sometimes, but when he's not himself or screaming, they want him to be that way. They're like, where's Lewis? We need his energy. So that's why I married him. He makes me laugh every single day, and he's a great ball of energy.
That's great. Do you guys do any Daredevil is just what comes to my mind. Do you guys do any of those kind of things when you're not off the show, or this was like your opportunity to like go for all the things you haven't done before?
Oh, when we go on vacation, we do crazy stuff all the time. Yeah. And she's been skydiving. I haven't even been skydiving. In Hawaii, there's a cliff like 70 feet high. And we saw a video of Justin Bieber jumping off this 70-foot cliff, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that. That was probably the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
This guy's wild. He had no idea. Like, we had no idea where you were supposed to jump off of it.
That wasn't a good idea.
It was not on my line. And there was no one jumping off of it at that moment. So I didn't end up doing that. That was the time where I was like, I'm scared. What if I hit a rock and die? But yeah, I've been skydiving. I love doing crazy things. In Vegas, there's
on the stratosphere.
On the stratosphere, you could jump off the building.
Yeah, it's like a zip line that goes straight down off the stratosphere. She's done that.
The one thing that I wanted to do on the race was bungee jumping, because I know that they do it a lot. That's what I'm afraid of. So that's my biggest fear, because you're being held just by your feet, and that freaks me out. So I wanted to be forced to face that fear on the race.
Yeah.
It's good to know that you have at least a line.
just a little line. It's little.
Yes. So you guys said before Jordan, you were done with being in the middle of the pack. You're not a middle of the pack team. What brought up that discussion?
Nicole, we trained so hard for this, and we want to be a team that was a team of the history books that was great, that people remember of them being a good team. And to start off 10th, right, then 5th, and then 4th, that was not our goal. Mm-hmm. That was not my goal. I wanted to be great. And we had a pep talk before that leg in Jordan in the hotel room, and it was so emotional. We're almost crying, like I'm done with this, and then we sat there and we visualized getting in first. We prayed, and we did so many things that day before Jordan, and then everything just landed perfectly, and it really gave us momentum to make. Try to make history. We didn't make history. We're actually the first Latino team to make it to the final leg. That has never happened. To both of us, for both members of a team to be Latino, that's the first time it's happened. So we're happy. That's what we wanted. We trained too hard for this, and we're happy with how we did.
And I love it, because I hate to say this because I'm a very competitive person. I was okay with slowly going up little by little. I told them we weren't going back, we were going forward. It's okay. So to get that motivation from him and that push, that's what makes us such a good team, because whenever I lack confidence, which I do lack confidence a lot of times, he brings me back, and he's the one that pushes me and really brings out the best in me.
Nice. You did win $5,000 after that. What are your
plans? That was actually 5,000 each.
5,000 each. So 10,000. Yeah. Amazing. So what are your plans for that money and your Barcelona prize?
Yes.
And Japan.
Japan too.
And Japan. Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna use these trips next year. Excited to do that.
Yes.
And now with that extra cash, it's a nice little savings for our future family. And yeah, we don't know what order it comes in. You know, maybe she'll be pregnant while we do the trips. I don't know. I think she wants to drink on these trips, or you know, I don't think she wants that, but yeah, we're excited about our future.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently, Phil talked about manifesting with other teams. Did he ever recommend that to you, or you guys already knew, like, we're going to visualize this to make a reality?
Oh, yeah. We always had goals, you know, even before the race. The wall behind us, there was no picture frames. We took all those picture frames down and made like Amazing Race wall, right? With languages, you know, with maps on there. And we also had like a dream board area. And we had Phil, the finish line, Phil, like this with his hands open, and we visualized, you know, and we made it to the final mat. We made it to that big ass red mat.
That moment was so special. Good. And we dreamed about it too. Like everyone clapping for us as we got to the mat. That was really special. It was a dream come true. And what's crazy too is I made a video and I put it on social media, and I was like trying to get some advice from someone, but I was saying, I'm going to be on the Amazing Race next season. I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know what steps I have to take to do it. Can someone help me out? But I am going to be on the Amazing Race. And to be able to see that is so crazy looking back on it, because we did it. Everything that we said that we wanted to do, we did. Yeah. Except $1 million.
We should have visualized $1 million more, maybe.
Yeah. We should have had $1 million all over.
Cash everywhere. Fake cash.
We're real close. The one thing about that finale is that it was pretty tight. Everyone was so close. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so nerve-wracking. Yes. You guys are major fans. You also noticed the alums and like took time to like celebrate that. How much time do you think that took in your mind? Were you like, oh, we know we're a little bit behind, so we could just celebrate them for a second? Like, what was that moment like?
I actually thought it was faster in my mind. I thought it happened so quickly. And then when I watched it back, I was thinking, what are we doing? We're like hugging them. But one of the things that we really wanted to do on the race was experience everything and have fun, a good time, really soak it in. And that's one of those moments. We saw them and it was so cool to see them in person. Yeah. And and we're gonna be amazing.
Yeah. It was so cool. Just you know, I had a bit of sadness when I saw Derek and Claire run out of that final task. You know, we were not close of finishing that task when they ran out. And it was so heartbreaking. I just like stood there for like 15 seconds quiet, you know, just thinking like we just lost. Like we lost. Yeah. Michelle got me out of that.
It was I was heartbroken when I saw his face, like more heartbroken than actually knowing that I was lost $1 million. But I looked at him and I was like, we got to keep going. Like, but at the end of the day, we accepted that our third place was because of that task, not because we're not strong competitors. Yeah. You know, it was just not the challenge.
It wasn't our day. You know, we have lack of instrumental knowledge, you know, so it's all good.
And it really was that tight the whole entire time. We kept running to each other in all of the challenges. And it's crazy how great the competitors were. Everybody was good.
Got it. You talked about the race being the last thing you guys wanted to do before having a baby. So what's the plans looking like for that? Or we're still deciding to wait a little, like just interested since it's such a big part of your story.
Yeah. We plan to do those trips next year. Yes. And whatever order it happens, you know, if it happens, it happens, you know, and we're excited. We're excited.
You know, if Amazing Race calls us back for what is it called? All Stars.
I'll definitely say yes.
So we could back it up a little bit more. We could wait a long time on the baby. Because
Yeah.
I will say yes right away.